Blessings to you, beautiful, beautiful people on YouTube and Facebook this morning. Blessings to your family. My God, while we slept in slumber last night, my God, God woke us up. We didn't get up by no alarm clock, and I wasn't plugged up into no wall. It was the grace and mercy of God Himself, Jesus Christ, that woke me up. And I just do believe if I could get about 5 or 6 people out there that just give the Lord a clap offering this morning. Come on, get with me this morning. It's Sunday morning. Get with me. We got up in our right mind this whole weekend. Did nothing happen. My family been good. Did nobody call me saying someone was hurt? Yeah, we have a lot of hurting family members, a lot of friends that's fighting for their lives, and my sympathy go out for them. I love them so much that all the people that you know who I am, you know who I'm talking about, that's going through some stuff right now, with all kinds of stuff going on, knee replacement, hip replacement, getting surgery, dealing what we've been dealing with for the last year and a half, and the cancer and kidney stones and problems swallowing and stuff in people's stomachs. So God, we just lift up our voice to you this morning and just give you the glory and grace that you allow me and the ones that's watching me in our right mind this morning to get up and say that we is here again this morning to make something happen. I get caught up right up in there because my mind is just running about how much He took care of me in my life and all the stuff He took care of me. And I know He did you the same way. So you have to have mercy for God that He's just so sovereign with us and He loves us so much. Isn't that good news? That's good news. I could stay right there, man, and I tell you, I could just think of the goodness of God like I've been doing all night and how He's blessed me. I was just looking around and how He's blessed me, and no boasting and bragging. I take care of my circle, and that's what you have to do. My little bills is paid, got a piece of old clothes, got a piece of car out there. I'm just so thankful that I look at some of my friends and co-workers and family members that's going through so much, and God have just shielded me, and I'm just thankful this morning. Is that good news? Well, I want to talk this morning a little bit about the parents, and believe me, when I talk, I'm not bashing anyone because I'm sitting here that had 2 parents, and there's someone listening to me, never seen your mom, never seen your dad, and parents weren't there, or they was abusive. Mama abusive, daddy abusive. There's all kinds of abuse go on in the family, and that's what we're going to dive in today because I want to let all children know, all people, all parents, all people that went through some far as when their parent was abusive, or their parents dropped them off at their grandmama's house and didn't come back, or sold them somewhere. I don't know whatever happened to you, but I'm here today to let you know we serve a God that it don't matter what you went through. God have an escape plan for you. Yes, I did. I know your daddy was a drunk. I know your daddy was on alcohol. He was on that crack cocaine. Wasn't there for you. Maybe he was a drug dealer. If you can't find your right hand, I find mine. But we have time. I went through a whole bunch of stuff coming up, and my family sort of surround my son away from me. I was selling drugs on them drugs, and it was a good thing. It was a good purpose. I didn't need to have him involved in that. So I thank God for them for that. But at the same time, it took some work to jail our relationship back. He thought I didn't want him. Just a lot of stuff going on with him and a lot of stuff going on me at the time. So I'm giving you my testimony to let you know I came through all this, so I'm not preaching something I don't know about. Okay, let's dive in here. This is to let the children know, or anybody that's been abused and going through some serious mental problems now because your mom was never there, your mom don't want you, and you feeling bad about that. Well, I'm telling you, move on. Your mom or dad can't give you heaven and hell. You got to face Jesus Christ. So you got to face Him right. So it's time to get right. Let me read this in your hearing. We're in the book of Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 20. Let me read this in your hearing. The one who sinned is the is the one who will die. The one that sinned is the one will die. You in this by yourself. The child will not share the guilt of the parents, nor will the parents share the guilt of the children. So if you parents and you abusive and you bad with them children, you don't have to worry. That's not going to be that's not your fault. What they're doing to you is not your fault. You believe in that. The children will not share the guilt of their parents. You don't have to share that. Give that stuff to God and move on. Nor will the parents share the guilt of the children. Some children run parents through hell. If you can't find your right hand, let me find mine. I took my parents through stuff. And we all do that. The righteousness of the righteous will be credited to them, and the wickedness of the wicked will be charged against them. So whatever you do to yourself. This is serious. All what you do by yourself. So it's not, you can't blame that my mama wasn't there, my daddy wasn't there. You had your daddy, but I never had mine. That's why I drink. That's why I smoke. That's why I can't find a job. That's why I can't get married. Everybody think I'm fat. Well, you maybe be listening to too much that you saw in your family. And this is where I want to talk to the parents today. Come on, parents. You 45 years old. You wearing them hot shorts and allowing your daughter that's 13 to wear them too. She's too big. She's too full of girl. She's too young, but she's full built. So you have to be careful. You sending her out there amongst wolves. The Bible even talks about that. He said, I'm sorry that I'm going to have to send you disciples out there as lambs in a den of wolves. So that's what you're doing. You're inviting your daughter to be attacked by older men, young boys, when you put her on clothes that shows too much of her body. Sisters, come on. You're wearing pajamas out that you slept in all night. Come on, we got to do better. And I'm not bashing nobody, but I'm just telling you how we got to make sure that we be an example for our children. You smoking blunts with your son? Do you know he sell drugs and you allowing that? Let's go scripture. Let's go. If you go to Joshua chapter 24, verse 13, and I would just, you can quote me on it. It said, in my house we will serve the Lord. How many of you church folks this morning leaving them teenagers in the bed while you go to church? You so holy, but you don't have enough power to tell your children they need to go to church? Well, Pastor, they grown, but they under your roof. Give them some ultimatums. Give them some things to do. If you don't go to church, you're not going out next weekend. We was told that. Did we not like it? We tell our testimony. Yeah, we had to go to church. We went to church all the time. Bible study. We was in. I was over the usher board, very young age. We was in the church. We was involved in the church. Did I go off to the left? Yes, I did. But I had God. I'm giving you my testimony. Don't think that you don't need this. You will need God in your life sometime. I know you saying, I don't do this, I'm too cool, you know what I mean? You blinging, you got your ride, you making money now, you don't need God. Yes, you will. Something gonna happen. You may happen to your mom. You mean you not gonna pray if something happened to your children? Come on, people. We have to get together. Parents, you cannot be an example of negative and expect your children to come out great. And they can if they follow this scripture. It is not your fault what your parents did to you. It's not your fault what your children done to you. You can do. It's not your fault that your son robbed that bank. It's not your fault that your son got killed. If you teach them Joshua 24 and 15 in my house, and when you train them up when they're a little child, spare the rod, spoil the child. It's all in the Bible what we need to do. So listen, grab them children at a young age. They're sponges. They'll do. I watch so many shows where them children out there at 5, 6 years old in the field. They work up, they wait, they grow up being awesome workers. You can't tell your son to be a great man when he watched you stay in the bed till 1 or 2 o'clock, eating all the Captain Crunch and smoking blunts. That is not what you need. My dad came to, boy, get out of that bed. I don't care what you do today. Go outside, throw a football, build a tent. I don't know what you're going to do, but you're going to get out of that bed. And how old are you? 13, 15. You need to be working, boy. We don't lay around here. That's for women. Let's get up. Donnie, get out of that bed. He talking about my brother now. And my sister be down in the kitchen with mama. It's routine things going on. Let's talk. What time did your children go to bed last night? 10:30. They're 3, 5, and 11, and they went to bed at 11 o'clock, still playing the game. And I know it's the weekend, but what happens through the week? You have to get your children to be programmed. And I notice for nowadays, we so sensitive to right things. You got to put a whooping on your children sometime, because they cannot be putting his hand in that light switch and you just like, oh, don't do that. I'm gonna give you a timeout, one. Now when 911 is called because he done stuck something in there and he got electrocuted, then it's not that cute. That's why you smack his little hand. And I have to be careful on here. I'm not telling you to do nothing terrible to your children. I'm just telling my mom, I maybe got one whooping coming up. And you know what? I didn't want to get no whoopings. So that's all you have to do. Put that fear of love in your children, and I guarantee they'll grow up to be great. Long as you do your part as a parent. Parents, you can't let your children go over everybody's house. We never stayed overnight over people's house. You don't know them people. You don't know nothing about them. You need to labor with that mom if your daughter want to spend time with her little daughter. You need to spend some time with that father if your boy want to spend time with that boy. You need to see what his dad is doing. Is his dad selling drugs? Is his little boy telling your little son that we need to be rolling like my dad? There's secret our children do to us. Changing outfits. Girls changing their outfits on the way to school so they don't look like they got respect for themselves. There's stuff that we have to watch, parents, and we're not doing it, and we're losing a generation because a lot of it is our fault that we are not watching our children. Do you know where your children went last night, or are they home? Is your 18-year-old daughter home right now? Did you check in the room before you go to church and be praying in there like you got it all together, but your household is in shambles? Children running the whole thing. We had things to do. We had chores in the home. Whenever you wrote a plan out for your family, what everybody gonna do? Tommy, you gonna clean the bathroom Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Sarah, you gonna do the dishes tonight. Marlena, you gonna do it the next night. Honey, would you please make sure you take the trash out for us? We had it was like a routine. It was like in the army, but it was good because it taught us so many good morals for our lives. Parents, we got to get out of them clubs and woo it and raise these children up right. Woo, I could go on and on. I'm a little long on this video because I just want the parents to understand that they got to be an example for these children. Do that make sense? Let's be the example for these children. Get them back set on track the way they supposed to be. My God. Well, listen, you guys have an awesome time at church. Just remember, if you're going to church, don't go to church faking. Go there to make something happen. Go there to get closer to Jesus Christ, God himself, and help somebody else go to another level. Well, I'm Pastor Diggins. I love you guys, and you guys be blessed out there. Remember, if you follow this word, I'll see you guys on top. Love you all.